Alright, this is Drawbuds episode 2. I don't know how long I do the episode thing, but I won't mind keeping that for a while. But yeah, this is Drawbuds episode 2, and today I am here with TremiRodomi. I've known him for a while, and yeah, today we're going to talk about a few stuff, and one of them is definitely that recently he did take a stab at videos, and he did a video about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You mind telling us what's to do with that?
So basically, I've been in this huge rabbit hole recently regarding all these angry reviewers and whatnot, in particular James Roth and whatever. I won't really get into all that, but I've just been playing the games they usually consider to be bad and actually have come out realizing they aren't as bad as they claim it is.
Mm-hmm. I see.
And
go ahead.
And it's just so weird because people actually took these people at face value and didn't even bother to look into if they are even correct or not. They just all say it's bad even without really learning the games. And that's what drove me to create this video and hopefully other videos of the same vein soon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In fact, you mentioned it, but I was going to point out about how I find it funny how a lot of people at the time they looked at some, especially stuff Angry Video Game Nerd at face value and were like, oh, this is a totally serious and an actual proper review, and a lot of people fell for it, and we ended up getting fakers, or they were being too genuine about it. They thought, oh, the format, oh, this is how you review, and it's like, oh, that's a shame that happened. That's the thing that was a shame that happened. In that around that time.
Exactly. I just find it funny because people took a man who said poopy diarrhea shit seriously. That's what makes this all fun to me.
Oh yeah. And I say a shame because honestly, I would say my thoughts these days is I don't think it's oh, they're offensive or something. If anything, it's just more what I find a shame was I think it's a shame that we didn't have more actual proper reviewing people, because if we had more proper reviewing people that were entertaining, for say, I guess if we had more YouTubers trying to be Roger Ebert or heck, even the critic from the cartoon, if we had more people like that, I think more people would have been oh, okay, this is how you do a review and all that. And yeah, there should have been more of that, but instead, because people are looking more at the likes of Angry Video Gamer, these characters that are just like a sitcom, basically a sketch, they're very sketchy, especially Angry Video Gamer, where the early stuff are essentially sketches, it's a custom, it's a character and everything, a sketch, an act, how certain sketch shows they have a character, that's exactly what Angry Video Gamer was. He was a sketch character. It just happened that he was the only character. There wasn't no other acts that James Rolfe was doing, unless you count Board James, which was just another series. But yeah, he was just basically an act, and yeah, especially the first video where it's basically like a short film, or essentially it's the character's man, I really don't like Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, and it's it's a whole act and everything. That's what it's always been from the beginning, even when he was just the angry Nintendo nerd. No, you need angry Nintendo nerd. I can't remember.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was just it was just yeah. Okay. I remember I'd saying both versions, Angry Video Game Nerd or Angry Nintendo Nerd. Yeah, it's Angry Nintendo Nerd. He was just the Angry Nintendo Nerd. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, I remember how this is the NES cartridge right here.
Yeah, my attempt at it. I am horrible at drawing.
I don't know where it is right here. I was drawing Dr. Jekyll. I was doing I'm trying to do the NES cover by memory, not even going to look at a picture.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to do the cover. That cover has always been the funny. I know there's the game too, but I don't know why. But the cover for me is the most memorable part of that game. I just think about that cover where you have this. That's just this guy on the cover. It's funny.
Yeah.
I never, as a retro gamer, I won't be honest, I only ever cared about 3D stuff. I know it might sound like sacrilege to some people, but that's how I was, honestly, when I was in middle school. Like, I was like, man, I only care about like, Nintendo 64 and GameCube. I don't really care about SNES and NES too much. Like, I didn't care too much about that stuff. Like, I
That's
understood the
strange to
appeal.
me.
I understood the appeal, and like, as a kid, I understood and would watch many videos from like millennials that were like, wow, I really like millennials, late millennials were like, wow, I really love the NES and SNES. Like, people like your gamer to be like, wow, so I love this generation of games. Like, I honestly get it. Like, I watch a lot of people that were very fond of those games, but when I was getting into retro games, honestly, I was more interested in the 3D stuff. I was more interested in like, yeah, PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. Like, I was more interested in stuff like that, where it's like Genesis and stuff like that. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Eh.
It's funny to be because when I was a kid, in terms of my retro game stuff, I was like introduced to like arcade games as like a very, very young kid, like when I was 3 with like all the Namco plug and plays and whatnot. And that's why I love arcade games so much. I like the NES. I think it's a cool little console, but I will agree with like quite a few people that quite a few of the games have like aged kind of poorly. SNES and Genesis and up is like where it's really at for me in terms of that stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of that.
It's
Even if I have to admit, I mainly played good NES games. Like one of my favorite NES games I played was the Mega Man series. I've never played 5 and 6 though, but I really like 4 and 3 are amazing. I like 4 and 3.
those are like really good ones.
Yeah.
3 is
Yeah.
like whatever.
Wait, it's Mega Man 3.
I thought it was always kind of a rush game and like very very rushed game. And while it could have been like fantastic, I think it's how rushed it was kind of fucked it over.
It didn't feel like a bad game to me. I liked that. I liked that game.
Oh, of course not. It's not a bad game, but just I feel like some of the fan patches kind of improved it like way later on.
In my opinion, though, I mean, at least it's better than Mega Man 2.
Oh, you got a point there. You definitely got a point there. Also, the Jekyll thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Is interesting because when I was like doing that video, I actually tried to like look into like who was even the cover guy. I could not find a damn answer to that.
I always like, I should have talked about that. Yeah, I was going to talk about how, like, the thing I like, if I had to admit something I like about looking at that generation is definitely, I like how really goofy those NES covers could be. Like, I'm already thinking of an example. One of my favorite examples is that god dang Friday the 13th cover. Where it's like,
yes,
it's like, good. It's like a still frame of Jason from the movie, part 7 specifically, with Jason Todd's first movie. Yeah, no, that's the DC Comics character. I'm thinking the guy who first the Jason guy who played who was he was Jason for 4 movies. I can't remember. No, Kane. His name was Kane. I don't remember. He's a cool beefy guy. But basically, I remember. Yeah, it's a great still frame of the guy. But then what happened here is that, so they cut him out, and then they have this rainbow like this whole 80s stuff going on in the background, and then you have the logo, and it's like, good lord, that cover of the game.
It's so good.
Like, yeah, like I remember basically it was just like one of the most like goofiest covers, and that's always stuck with me. Yeah, like honestly, I don't know how people my age view the NES. I can tell you now, my friend Brian, for example, bragging, he grew up with he played a fair bit of NES and SNES as a kid, so it's like, yeah, he has a fair admiration. Yeah, he likes this stuff. Whereas like for me, like I never played any of that stuff as a kid. Like even though I had a Wii, I never had Virtual Console. I never had Virtual Console. Nope, I never had Virtual Console.
Yeah, I take it you never even connected your Wii to the internet.
I don't think it was connected to the internet. I don't think it was. Yeah, you're right.
And that's why it failed. That's why the Virtual Console failed. A lot of people never even bothered to connect their Wii's to the internet.
You know what's funny? I rewatched a Nero video the other day, and he talked about how he went into how like Nintendo had to learn how. I'm sorry, it was because right now I'm just like trying to make the canvas a bit bigger. Excuse me,
Oh,
but
you
I
good?
remember one of my favorite points. Like, do you watch Nero? He's one of my favorite channels that talk about games. You
I
ever
actually
heard of
watch him
him?
from time to time.
Yeah. Because recently I've been watching. I've
Heard of
been
him, yes.
rewatching a bit of Nero. I've been rewatching a bit of Nero, and oh my god, I forgot how really good he is. He's like one of the best channels period that talk about video games, and mainly because you wanna know what's the simple answer? Because he has
What?
interests in other stuff. That's the simple answer. He likes to draw. He clearly loves movies, entertainment. Like he's amazing. Like he makes a lot of funny references to movies and shows, and he's even showed like he's a really good goddamn creator. Like he's really good. Like there was a video where he showed a sketch he did of like an observation of a person. It was like oh my really beautiful. It was like really good. Like he's really great at drawing. But yeah, like I
Yeah.
remember just like watching, rewatching some videos, and yeah, he talked about how Nintendo, a hard lesson they had was they had to learn how well they thought oh casual fans they'd become pro like super hardcore fans, and you know what was the lesson? That's not how demographics work.
Oh, it works. Yep.
That's not that's not how it works. And they were upset about that. They were like, oh goddamn it, why won't these fans evolve. And like even Miyamoto was like, man, this is bullshit. Like he even straight up said in an interview that he found it infuriating how like yeah they wouldn't really change. And it was like yeah, well, the simple answer is you just can't really do that. It just doesn't work like that. Like the Wii was just a fad for them. Like oh, it's just a cool thing of a job to play around with. And that's what it was at the end of the day. It's a harsh lesson, but that's what they learned, and the Wii ultimately paid the Wii U. I mean the Wii U. My apologies. Yeah, the Wii U ultimately was a good example of this, where they tried to keep going with that and it utterly failed. It was too confusing on what in the world it is. Like, is it a tablet accessory for the Wii? And nobody really bought it. And honestly, I did get a Wii from a friend and I sold it off, but I remember from the time I owned the Wii, like a whole year, oh my god, like it's definitely a clunky piece of hunky doo doo. Like I really don't like that damn thing.
I
Whereas like
my
a,
friend has like a Wii U,
yeah,
and I kind of agree. It's just not that great of a console, honestly.
in fact, it's kind of to a point where you're more happier off thinking about how cool it is to own a Wii than it is actually owning one, because a Wii U takes up space, is a dusty piece of shit, and honestly, like I remember I was excited because I got the homebrewed and everything, and it was fun. It was fun doing
Yeah.
that, but oh man, I barely did anything with it. It has all these freaking cables you have to deal with, and the fact that it was only just for like some games that I'm like whatever, because like I think of the reason why it becomes more convenient to have like a Steam Deck, some PC to just emulate stuff, is because some people like me, well, I just don't play games all the goddamn time, and well, I'm just like I'll get around to it later, and it's just not practical with console stuff where it's like oh you have to take out a fucking console to just play one game, and it's like no, who cares, just emulate it. That's why you got emulation going on.
Yeah, the deck. I got a Steam Deck recently, like you, and it has been
Yeah.
like one of the best investments I have ever made.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love being able to just boot up a game just right then and there, and it's like even more convenient than it is on my PC. It's like crazy.
Oh yeah, it's great. What I like about it too is that for me, it's just an excuse to just play some old games, and basically just games on my TV, because I have a big TV, and it'd be dumb to just hook up my PC to it. Like hell no, I'm not gonna do that. So it's great to just have basically a
Yeah,
console that will just like a PC console that will just like let me play some games on it, and it's great. Like especially I love playing Retro Arc, and it's just so much fun. Like I remember it was basically a dream for me. Like back in middle school, to be like, wow, if I could like emulate games, play them in super high quality on like my TV, wouldn't that be crazy to do that? And then I can just do that now, and it's just like, wow, it's
yeah,
amazing to do that, to be able to do that now. I don't play enough PC and new stuff on the Steam. Like I should because admittedly I like to buy too many Steam games, and I should play more of them. And I'm well aware of how you're doing a thing where you're trying to get through your backlog.
yeah.
Uh,
It is like amazing at that in particular. I love being able to just boot up just old PC games or just my back on and just clear them just on my deck right then and there.
oh yeah. Yeah, I like that you drew a little phony face.
Yeah,
But yeah, as I was saying, was like yeah, the Steam Deck, it's just great. The trackpads are great, and And honestly, it'd be nice too if Steam ever, even though I haven't gotten that deck they put out, instead got like a third party one because the one they did, that's like, oh hell no, nobody's gonna have a fucking 8K TV.
Yeah.
But I remember I was gonna talk about how like yeah, it'd be nice if they ever did like a controller for it, because it'd be nice if they ever did a sequel, like another one for the Steam controller, because they did only one and they should do like another one sometime. I'd really like for them to do another one, like another one with trackpads, and if it's pricey, I'll pay for it. Like I'll wait for a deal and I'll buy it, because I'm aware of how the old one it's way too cheap and I don't really want to buy it.
Even though I just bought an OLED deck, if they in like a year or two from now make like a more powerful version of that, I would like happily buy it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mainly got the one. I think mine's like an older model. I don't know which model it is, but I don't really care because I tend to use the Steam like more as like a port. Like I tend to use it more as like a console immediately. I don't really play it as handheld as I should. You know, it's funny because there is games where I just play it handheld in my bed. I remember I did that with like a game I did make a review for, Puyo Puyo 4. Admittedly, I didn't play it on the TV. I played it in handheld mode. I just was like playing
That's
it.
awesome. That's the best use of it, in my opinion. Just playing just old games on it.
Oh yeah, and I did the same thing too with well, at least this one's more understandable because it's actually it's a handheld game. I did the same thing with Mother 3. I played the whole thing in handheld mode. I never played it on the TV. I could have done it. I could have played it on TV, but nah. I mostly play that game like a handheld. But yeah, like sometimes I would play games on the handheld. Sometimes I shouldn't do that because I like playing them more on the TV because I like to properly really look at the detail, and especially like something I want to do this year is definitely play more NES games because we were talking about we were talking about NES games, and like I like to get back to NES. I like to try more NES stuff because like admittedly I've never played enough of the NES Super Mario Bros. Games, even though I played Super Mario 64. I played a number of Mario games, so it's like I should definitely beat those games at some point. Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. Which those games are funny because they really highlight what you play those before. They're good.
Oh, they are very good. I will say this about Super Mario Bros. 1. It's like the Beatles of video games. Sure, it's a bit overplayed, but it is still very, 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 very good.
Oh yeah, like, I should. It's funny. I did start playing the game, and I need to continue it sometime. Like even though I use some save states a fair bit, I like to do that. Save states it just makes things way too easy. I just can't help it. Especially Castlevania 64, where Castlevania 64 had a lot of bullshit moments in that game, so I just had to use save states. But as I was saying, I remember like I blitzed right through the first level. I got the fire flower and everything, and I made it all the way to the end. That's like the level. Like even though I've never fully played that game, I can easily play that level just right to the end. Like I remember that game right. Like I can play that easily. But yeah, you're absolutely right. How like it's basically the Beatles of video games. Absolutely, it's the first Super Mario Bros. Is definitely a good game, and I definitely gotta keep playing that game. I might do that tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, I do like I do like Mario. I'm not as a big Nintendo fan as I used to be. I used to be a way bigger Nintendo fan like years ago, but honestly, I don't really consider myself that big one now. Like I don't care about any of the console stuff coming out now. I don't really care about that, and especially now where it's unfortunate how much the Nintendo fans have evolved. Because I remember back then, Nintendo fans, it used to be, it used to be fun being a Nintendo fan, but now it's like it sucks that Nintendo fans are now like basically a Disney adult. Like they become Disney adults now. That sucks. Like I remember being a retro gamer and being like, yeah, when you said you were a Nintendo fan, I bet you were like, yeah, you like Nintendo, and it was like, yeah, and it was different too. Back in the Wii U days, like yeah, it was like a different meaning too. But now it's like it's basically the equivalent of like my life is like a gamer. It's like, yeah, you're like a soy boy or a Disney fan.
It's like a video game.
Try hard all our while still collecting coins. The thing that's a song not done as a joke. That's done seriously.
It's ironic, which is the worst part.
It's ironic. The part. I just want to quickly mention this, and then we'll get back to talking about this. Angry Video Gamer, the Angry Viewers, peoples. I just want to quickly mention one of my favorite lyrics in that song. I've heard the whole thing, and one of my favorite lyrics that nobody ever talks about. Some people do. and it's that my mommy says that I'm a good boy. Like I try to remember.
No way. I gotta look that. No way.
That,
No.
no, I remember. I
So...
remember now. It's my mommy says I'm a very big boy. like,
oh
I
my
remember
God.
that really is a lyric in the song. Like that's a
Oh
really a
no.
lyric. I'm a very strong boy or something. You know, heck, I'll even look it up too. But I remember that.
He's talking about like he's going to like, therapy and shit. It's kind of funny.
Oh man. Oh, I remember now. It's I'm growing up to be a big boy. That's the
No
lyric.
way.
That's the lyric. I'm growing up to be a big boy. I'm growing up to be a big boy. That really is a lyric. I remember now. I remember now.
Oh my God.
And I remember after he said that, it's like, yeah, like he laughs. I remember this entire song is really, it is something, alright. It is. Oof. That whole song, oh good lord. But yeah, like that really is a song. And you know, it's just as funny as the entire song for the Can You Feel My Heart, the song that's the Chad versus Chad versus Virgin meme.
Yeah.
That song is funny too. Can you feel my heart?
Like
That song is funny.
So... Oh my God. It's funny with like my life is like a video game because like when I first heard that song like, a couple years back, I thought it was just a meme song, but no, it's a real unironic fucking song. That's the worst part.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good lord. Oh man. So you mentioned how you did try to find the guy who was on the cover. You never found him.
Yeah, I could. I like looked through like the manual. I looked through like all the fucking box art, just everything. Looked Internet Archive, everything. Could not find even a name on that model.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'd imagine this is a similar case for like a lot of like people on this covers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just now thinking of one quick mention I just want to mention, and then we'll talk about back to just like Angry Video Game Nerd and a bit of old Nintendo was definitely. I'm just thinking of a cover right now. One of the most goofiest covers I've ever seen. The Help My Zombies Eat My Neighbors. That cover where it's like stock PNGs. That cover. If I can remember the name. Like it was like Help My Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It was like it's like this cool game that's like like you play as these two kids and they like shoot up zombies and it's like
that's a LucasArts game too.
Yeah, it's a LucasArts game. Yeah, it's a LucasArts game. But the deal about it I'm talking about is the freaking cover it had. The cover is like a joke.
I just looked it up. Oh my fucking God, I agree.
Well, you never seen it before? You never seen it before?
I mean, I have. I was just reminded of it now.
Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's like a really bad cover. You know, I'll even try to illustrate it a little bit here. But yeah, like
oh my God, they even kept it for the Switch version.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that. They ported it and they kept that freaking cover. Oh no.
The worst.
Oh man, I forgot they did that. You know, at least with plumbers don't wear ties. It's funny, but they did do a better cover and they didn't use it. but I remember, yeah, it's just like one of the ugliest covers ever. Like, good lord, like you have the screaming lady, and then just start PNGs of zombies walking forward. But yeah, good lord, what an awful cover.
Oh my God. Reminds me of the Super Puzzle Bobble cover on PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah. If anything, people like to talk about that one, but I'm thinking of the PS1 cover.
Oh, the fucking guys keeping their fucking eyes open for like no reason.
Yeah, yeah, that cover. Yeah, that cover. Good God.
Well, Bobble isn't like that intense. Jesus Christ.
They make it out like it's like Doom over here.
It's just Puzzle Bobble, the game with like the funny dinosaurs shooting bubbles.
Yes. Oh lord. I'm just thinking now of oh man. I was gonna bring up Oh yeah, I was thinking of Klonoa, but then I remembered. Oh yeah, Klonoa did get a weird ad. Even weirder than your
And your
sister.
sister, oh my god.
Even weirder than your sister. You
Or
know,
the one that like Cyclono was like a fucking STD.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If anything, I'm just remembering the one with the couple. But if anything, another game that was coming to mind was I think the game. I feel like a game that's like probably the most notorious example of a game where it had a campaign like an advertising campaign so bad that it just didn't really really properly formulate what was so good about the game, and it was Earthbound, where that game only got like I don't really care about Earthbound. I only cared about Mother 3 because like excuse me, it was like the unique one to me because it was like all about these group of characters. Whereas like those games were about more about kids on adventure, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care too much about that. But I remember Earthbound. I always never forgot though the story about how that game when it was brought over here in America, it had one of the most horrible advertising campaigns that just didn't even really really like, oh, here's why the game is so good. Like, no, it's nothing but farts, puke, barf, smell bad, like just awful. Like none of it really captured. Oh, what was so good about the game? And but yeah, like I just remember that, like how Earthbound is like, in my opinion, a very notorious example of how bad it can get. Which was this
Yeah.
was this right here?
I want Klonoa. Hey baby, I want Klonoa.
Oh
That's that's
yeah.
the that's the line from the ad. There it is.
Oh yeah, I want Klonoa. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Calling
Yeah,
him an
okay.
STD.
I want Klonoa.
Oh my god. That's like one of the worst ads I've ever seen for like any game.
Oh yeah, and if I remember right, yeah, I remember. Yeah, Klonoa is one of those games that didn't do well, so it's super goddamn expensive if you even dare want to buy a copy.
Exactly.
I do not like games like that. Is like basically the reason why retro gaming is so awful. Now I used to like it back then because back then it was still those short years where gaming used to be barely affordable, but then it just went to oblivion with the 2020s. Like, don't even bother anymore. Don't even bother. Just emulate every single game, okay? Like, don't even bother. I think the only console you can really bother with is like the 7th gen consoles. Those are still affordable and they're still worth a while things to do with the mod. But outside of that, don't even bother with like 6th gen consoles. Don't bother with 5th or 4th. Just emulate them, okay? Especially the 2D stuff. Don't even fucking buy a console for 2D stuff. Just buy. Like the only exception would just be Saturn. Like Saturn's like the only exception.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, no, don't even bother with like Genesis, Super Nintendo. Get like an emulator instead. Like emulators are way
Yeah.
better.
In my case, I just get like the actual hardware, then I just FPGA everything, or I just use like a flash card or burn my games instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's another reason too. Like, yeah, if you bother, just don't even bother with with getting games. For games are too expensive now. Like, especially for old consoles. Like, yeah, no, fuck that.
There's
But
like
yeah, man.
that there's like that optimal disc emulator I want to get for my Saturn. I only have like a card that allows me to play burn CDs. I want to get like the actual optical disc emulator. It would be so goddamn cool.
Oh yeah, Brian has that. He has the well, he specifically has the I forget what it was, but he has a card where basically lets him play games from an SD card. I haven't gotten that yet.
The
I
Stadiator, that thing.
Yeah, I want to get that at some point. I used to play CDs, but the issue I realized was, one, they take up space, and two, I can't do covers for every single one of these games. So yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I should get my hands on the SD card loader, and then I'll see what I'll do with my copies. But yeah, like basically like yeah, that was amusing talk about yeah games. But yeah, like basically to go back to that video you did, yeah, you were talking about how yeah, you wanted to go back to games that people would just write off because, oh, a YouTuber told them so. And like I was talking about, I just thought it was a shame how not enough people, like, good thing now we have more reviewer kind of characters that are like, yeah, great, actual good reviewers like J Reviews,
Yeah.
Narrow, like really great reviewers. Like they do a great job at reviewing games. Like they actually do it right. Like they're amazing. Especially one of the best reviewers, period. Honestly, in my opinion. Um, and the issue though is back then is like, Nostalgia Critic and Angry Review Gamer, I have no problem with them, but the deal is that they're sketches. They're not really proper reviewers, and it's a shame that a lot of people were taking them too much at face value and were like, oh, I'm gonna make videos exactly like that. And then so many plagiarists and copyists that were trying to copy them were doing it genuinely. They were genuinely like, oh, this is how you review. I'm gonna be very angry to express my opinion. It's like, oh, good
yeah,
lord.
you saw like the fucking like montage I put in that video of just all the angry reviewers ripping on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh yeah,
that was the point I wanted to make.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, you did that.
Like the guy who wanted to piss on his cartridge.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. I did not know until you told me now.
It was so funny, so dramatic over like a game he barely even played.
Yeah, it was interesting that you did that video. Oh yeah. And I look forward to what other picks that you do, and that was another game too. I mentioned that Angry Video Game Nerd unfairly ripped on, even though it was funny too, is that Angry Video Game Nerd didn't really play normal mode, and it was Castlevania 64.
Yeah, that would be one I would cover.
Oh yeah, Castlevania 64, where basically,
exactly,
like, my interest renewed in that game mainly because. Okay, I actually might have to pull up a reference if I want to draw her. Basically, my interest in Castlevania basically happened where it was like, well, I always was interested in Castlevania 64. Like, I'll be honest, I always found Castlevania to be, I don't know what it is with me in Castlevania, but Castlevania, the series, like, I learned about it because retro gaming, actually, no, it was like, like, being a kid, like, I don't know how it is for every single Zoomer like me, but I remember when I was a kid, I watched, like I mentioned, I'd watch YouTubers and people that were like, hey, I'm like a 30-year-old guy, I really love the NES and SNES, and, they'd be like, oh, I really love Castlevania. Like, I'd see, like, not just people like that, but also, like, animations and art by people that love that kind of stuff. Like, I see, like for example, one that I used to watch a lot, I liked them a lot, but I never read their comics enough because I didn't know they did comics, was, Brawl in the Family. Like, the Brawl in the Family, they loved... talking about like their interest in NES stuff, and their animations. You watch like the Mega Man video, even though it's like mainly this is like done by someone who's only played the classic stuff. Like they do all these references, like Booger Man's there, Crash Bandicoot's like there for a bit, and like it's like a love for video games, and I love that infectious love. It's like really fun, like how passionate people are for these old games, and that's how I learned about stuff like Castlevania. Like I learned about it because like it's like for me, Castlevania is like, it's like up there with the iconic Nintendo games on the NES, Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, Excite Bike, like it's right up there with those games.
It has soul.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I don't like to use the soul in Solo's terms, but precisely like it's one of the it's one of them key important beings. Like I guess if I had to, whereas Mario Brothers is the Beatles. Okay, I was gonna say Castlevania's Harry Nilsson, but I'm like, I don't know if that's right. Maybe Led Zeppelin. I don't know. But basically,
I'll go with Led Zeppelin.
Okay, but yeah, basically, Castlevania is just one of those iconic series that's just like, it was it's a Nintendo landmark. And yeah, I had 3 games on the NES, and then was always 2D. But then there was a Nintendo 64 games, and people would say, oh, they're awful and they're bad, and I didn't even know Angry Video Game Nerd even talked about the game until I did this marathon years ago where I was watching up to like the first 100 episodes of his of the series, and I remember when I got to the Castlevania 64 videos, I was like, huh, he talked about Castlevania 64? I never knew that. Because, like, I remember I'd watch from videos, like, people being like, man, I don't like Castlevania 64. It's, like, the worst game ever. And it's like, oh, my God. Like, they're always, like, dog shitting on it. It's, like, very unfair. And it's just, like, they're always really mean about Castlevania 64. So, like, I remember, like, recently... It popped in my head out of the blue when what happened was, like, I was on Twitter and someone mentioned, like, I bet someone feels stupid when they were saying Castlevania 64 is better than Symphony of the Night, and I was like, oh yeah, Castlevania 64, how could I forget about that game? There's this very cute girl in the game. I need to play that sometime. So, because of that tweet, I finally played the game. I had a bit of a trouble, though, admittedly, because a thing I don't like about RetroArch sometimes is some settings, and I had to fix a setting where I needed to make the emulator allow me to map the C buttons because Nintendo 64 games. I recommend doing that because like if you just have it like the C stick, and you try to map it to the buttons, they don't work. Like they don't work some of
Yeah.
the time. So I had to fix that. But then after that, yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed playing Castlevania 64. I found it to be super fun. And even though yeah, it's not necessarily the best Castlevania, but I mean I found it to be a really fun game with its own identity where it's not really trying to be a part of the main series. Like it's a very spin-offy, and I like how it takes a lot of liberties. Like there's a lot of stuff in Castlevania 64 that's like if you like it's really deviating. Like Dracula, like I don't even want to spoil too much about Dracula himself, but like it's really different from how it is in other games where Dracula is he's like the very noble and great guy, but in Castlevania 64, I'm gonna tell you is they did him completely different. Like he's very different
Oh,
in
I
Castlevania
definitely want to see
64.
that then. Definitely want to see
He
that then.
he's very different. But yeah, like basically, I'm gonna draw her in a bit. But like the issue is like, yeah, I'm trying to pull up a good reference to go by.
Oh,
Because
yeah, she's cute.
because I have a picture of like I'll admit I have a folder of just nothing but Castlevania 64 pictures. I got just everything I could save because that's how much I like that game. Because I like
I love
Castlevania
that.
64. Like, oh, you love what?
I love that you do that too. I like save folders of just images of games I really like.
Yeah. I do that sometimes. I have folders and all that. Okay, yeah.
I have an
Okay.
entire cotton folder somewhere.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I do this sometimes, for drawing references and all that. But here it was like I just wanted to save everything I could. I do have like an entire KO Flying Squadron folder. I remember when I was getting into that game, even though I never played it, I really liked the Rami character, so I just like saved everything I could find. So I remember I saved lots of pictures, like lots of stuff.
Good.
But yeah, okay. I think I have something where I think I have a good reference to go by. Okay. I'll try to draw her now. But I remember like basically I only played as her. I'll try to draw her right now. She's got that anime haircut going on. I know a lot of people like her more popular. More popular, familiar. Well, basically, I just pair them up because they're both little cute girls in Castlevania. Castlevania doesn't have many of those characters. They don't. There's not that many of them, so they're like kind of a rarity, and there's some of the few. And then I'm just thinking of I will admit, even though I remember I asked someone, "Oh, what do you think of her in 3D?" And he was like, she's okay." And I'll admit, I don't mind the CGI renders for Castlevania 64. I think they're funny.
They really are.
I don't mind them. I think they look a bit funny. Oh, I know why I'm having such a hard time. It's because there's not really a proper full-on character sheet. I'm going by pictures. Whatever. I'll just go for it.
Yeah, just wing it.
Okay, but yeah, basically, it's this girl named Carrie, and yeah, I like Carrie. Like basically, she was single-handedly the reason why I just played that game. I was just like, oh, I like Carrie a lot. I'm going to play Castlevania 64 because I like Carrie. And then yeah, I played it and I found it to be a really fun game. Yeah, like to the point that yeah, I think it's a shame that a lot of people like that game really does suffer from just like oh, people told them so. It's a bad game. it's a bad game.
Well, in that case, I'm going to put it on my list then.
Because like the deal about it is like I remember when I told you about the game first, like about how yeah, it's definitely a game you should check out. It could be like a video you could do. It's definitely just how it's a game where you point out how it's a skill issue game, and absolutely you're right. Where a lot of people are just like, oh, it's bad because the controls are too confusing. The controls are too confusing. I can't get the camera to work. But you know what? I won't deny the camera can be a little bit janky, but really, like, I don't know if like how it is for other people, but I mean, I have the patience for it. I'll put up with jankiness and all that. I'm used to. I'm fine with it in an old game. Okay, like I don't.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
like when I play like. Even though I've never been Resident Evil, I never had ever had an issue with the tank controls ever in any of the games. I never had any problem with them ever, and I liked it. I didn't mind it. Like I think it's cool. Like I think it's because I'm just used to playing games where it's like they're perfectly good. So it's like when I play games that have a bit of jank, I don't mind it. I think it's a good challenge to play games that are like a bit busted. Like why not? It's fun, to play a game that's like, oh, it's a bit challenging. But some of these people are like, oh my god, I can't fucking do that. That's too fucking hard. It's like too out of my beyond my capabilities. And it's like, oh my god, they're being like a little fucking baby. Some of these complaints, but yeah, like basically, Castlevania 64. It's just unfortunate how that game has like some really egregious complaints, and it's like really embarrassing. And there's even people that are like, "What? People think that game is good? No, they're dumb. No, they're liars, and they're trying to." And I say this because there was a review I saw. There was a review I saw in Backlight being like, "Oh, people that think that game's actually good. No, they're dumb. They're dumb. They're completely wrong."
Yeah. Do not take their words seriously.
Yeah, good lord. But like, yeah, basically, I found it to be a good game, and I mean, I'll check out other Castlevania games. I don't think it's gonna be the best Castlevania games out there. No, like I only gave it a 4 stars. It's not no 5 stars. And whenever I play Symphony of the Night, which actually, have you ever played Symphony of the Night? How much Castlevania you played?
Oh yeah, I have. I played a decent bit of Castlevania, I'd say.
Okay. My friend Brian, he's played the original Castlevania game on the first one. I haven't played any of the Genesis games. I will do that at some point, but I mainly am interested in playing the 64 games, and then also the X games, Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. Mainly interested in those. Those are the games that's always been interesting to me. I've never been too interested in the old stuff. Which even if now I'm like, yeah, I'd be open to more, playing more of the older ones. I don't know about the handling games though. I won't mind one day though. I have a modded DSi XL, and I do have those games on there. I'm definitely getting her hair
Nice.
a bit mixed up, but yeah, I'm
You're
doing
fine.
my best drawing carry.
Well, I haven't decided on the development of the next episode yet. I've decided for the next episode I'm going to be covering the Tower of Draga.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's a game by Namco. You might have heard of it before, especially if you played any of the Namco Museum games.
I have not played any of the Namco Museum games.
It's usually included in there, and due to the fact it was released in America like way later after it was like relevant, it's gotten kind of a bad rap, I'd say. It was designed
Uh,
it's designed to be it's a very obtuse game, and I won't deny that it's a very obtuse game that you kind of need a guide to do, but that was kind of the whole point of the game. And indeed, like back in the day when it was released in Japan arcades, there was like a whole culture around like spreading secrets around the game and whatnot, and trying to help other players to actually beat the game. And that's why I think it's gotten kind of a bad rap in recent years.
I kind of really wish more people would say that, because I just realized the whole deal of you're supposed to spread secrets around single-handedly explains why so many NES games kind of aged a bit dookie, where you have to read the instruction manual to figure out stuff.
Exactly, I covered that in my video.
Oh my god, I did not notice that. I should rewatch the video then. Good lord, but that's really true. Like I never thought of that now, because that's something I always notice where a lot of people are like, man, the thing I don't like about one game is that you have to read the dang manual to figure out stuff. And it's like, well, it's
Well, that's
encouraged that you talk to other people about the game and figure out how to beat it. Like, I
and
didn't know that.
you're supposed to look at the game, the literature the game gives you. The game kind of expects you to do that, so why not do it?
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, like, oh lord. I think what more I had to say about Castlevania, I actually wouldn't mind trying to color it a little bit, even if I got a whole black. Actually, I'll keep it monochromatic. I think what more I have to say about Castlevania 64 was simply, it's just a game I wanted to play, and yeah, I'm happy I finally did it. It's definitely one of those games since middle school that I'm like, along with like, I think another game series I always wanted to play, but I finally did it last year was Panzer Dragoon. I love those games. I love that series a lot. It's a great
Oh,
series.
same here.
I do not like
Same.
the Xbox One though. That one sucks. I don't like Azel.
Yeah.
What do you like Azel?
Hazel?
Yeah, Azel, the fourth one on Xbox.
I wouldn't know, sadly.
Okay, because I don't like that one. Maybe you would like it, but I don't. I don't like that one. But I love the ones on Saturn though. Those ones are great. The trilogy's amazing.
Yes. I haven't played the Xbox one, but then I might change that one day. I need to get my Xbox out of storage.
You can play it on newer Xbox or Xemu. Xemu might be better on PC, but I can tell you on Xemu on Steam Deck though it's a bit tricky. I tried to play Panzer Dragoon on there and it didn't work, so I had to get my friend's Xbox to do it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that happened. But yeah. Good to hear. You even played Saga, the RPG?
I need to actually. I played a little bit of it, but I actually need to like just restart from scratch. It's been so long since I've tried it.
Okay, I'll tell you right now, I beat it that one. And if you want to know, yeah, it's as good as people say. It is a good game. It is not overrated. It is a good fucking game, all right.
Oh hell yeah, that's good to know. Actually,
like yeah, I even wrote a whole reviews on everything for those 3 games. Yeah, dude, go on.
Well, I don't want to like do like an opposite type of the opposite types of those videos on like my channel. I actually do kind of like notice like what people say is like good, like overrated, and what isn't overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Saga seems to be a game that is actually genuinely really good.
Yeah, it is. It is a generally good game. Yeah, like playing it, it is a good game. Yeah, I can confirm it. It's a damn good game. It's not your typical RPG, and that makes it all the more the shame that it's only stuck on the Saturn, because it really is a very unique RPG. I don't want to spoil too much. But all I have to say is like you don't have like a whole party. It's just you and your dragon. You level up your dragon. You can change how your dragon plays. Like yeah, like it is a very different game. From other RPGs, and considering the big three, like the big three, in my opinion, of these big 3 you had going on at the time, like Final Fantasy VII from Sony, Panzer Dragoon Saga from Sega, and then Nintendo's very late Mother 3, which in my opinion, if you want to know something about Mother, I think it should have became a GameCube game or Nintendo 64 game. That game was way too big to be. I'm gonna say it right now. I'll talk about it more another day, but I'm gonna just tell everybody right now who's watching this what I think. In my opinion, I think Mother 3, as it is, kind of stinks a little bit. It's still a good game, but it should have been a console game, man. It should have been a console game. It's too big for the GBA. It's too big. It's just too big. Better. Earthbound. Well, I still like Mother 3, but I'm saying, I should have been a console game. I actually prefer Bound 64. I wish it stayed as a 3D game. It should have been a GameCube game, in my opinion.
Yeah. I really wish we could have seen like what the Nintendo 64 version would have been like if it was finished.
Oh
that
yeah,
super fucking cool.
Oh yeah. I don't buy into the whole thing though, where people are like, "Oh, we should get like the demo or everything," because like to be fair, if it was anything worthwhile, I mean, we would have gotten something like how we got something of a Star Fox 2, but still though, like in my opinion, I was rambling about how Mother 3, it should have stayed a 3D game in my opinion, because the thing that always bothered me about Mother 3 is just how Mother 3 people are like, oh, it's good as is, but honestly, in my opinion, I think Mother 3 does suffer from being transformed into a 2D game, because it was supposed to be a 3D game. It was supposed to be a 3D game. It had cutscenes that were very cinematic, and the fact that they had to crunch that into a GBA, I know people are like, oh, it's fine, but honestly, it kind of isn't. It should have stayed as a console game, honestly. You look at those you look at those screenshots, and I really do dig the art style. I think it's really funny the way the characters look in that game. I actually like it. I think it's a shame that that the game it didn't become a 3D game. It should have stayed as a 3D game, because you look at those screenshots, it's like, wow, it's like cinematic, even though it's like just a screenshot. yeah, it's really cinematic. Like you see the Drago tearing, like the way the camera's placed, where it's like a zoom in on the face. Like yeah, it's very cinematic. Whereas like in the GPA game, it's like the camera's just looking at her. But yeah, basically, I'm
Yeah.
just talking about how yeah, in my opinion, I feel like Mother 3, I don't think it's a bad game necessarily, but it's a unique Nintendo case where I feel like it's a game where it's rushed in the story department than it is gameplay wise, because a lot of games today they suffer in the gameplay department, but story, I feel like it was a little rushed there. Like it has last minute changes that are just not good. But that's a whole other conversation. I didn't mean to derail, but I was just talking about how, like, of this big three you got here, of the big three RPGs of that time, because Mother 3 was supposed to be a 5th gen game on the Nintendo 64. Definitely Saga, in my opinion, is the best one. Since I played all three, and yeah, Saga is the best one in my opinion. And all three definitely do give a good zoom in how, like, in my opinion, the reason why I consider them too is like I feel like all three of them really give a good insight in how different each other are. Like Nintendo's Mother 3, it really shows how very crafty and very, very interesting and creative they like to be. Final Fantasy VII is like how Sony really got his third party support, first party support, and it's like a very deluxe kind of game. Even though it is a third party game at the end of the day, I kind of still consider it a very Sony game in my opinion, a very Sony built game. And then Saga, definitely Saga is a very much a Sega game. Like it has very much like arcadey elements with the battles and everything. Like yeah, it very much is a Sega game, and that's in general what I was getting at. Where all these three games they really highlight the deal with the game companies they were made for. Like yeah, Nintendo, Sega, and yeah, Sony. Even if like, it's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, you get the deal.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I actually completely get what you mean.
Oh yeah. But like yeah, like yeah, Castlevania 64. Yeah, sorry, Kay, I wasn't talking too much about your game, but yeah, basically Castlevania 64. What more was just about Castlevania 64 was just, yeah, it's like a game where I just had interest in it in middle school because I just look at the gameplay, I look at like the screenshots, I look at the gameplay, and I'm like, wow, it looks fun to me, and I tried to play it, but I never beated it because it was at a time where I couldn't really play emulating games that fun, so I never beated it. But then yeah, recently I finally beated the game, and yeah, I really do like Castlevania 64. It's definitely a very amusing game, and I'll definitely check out Legacy of Darkness sometime for sure. And like I'm saying, I just think it's a shame that a lot of these game reviews, like, yeah, they just keep shitting on it, and it's just like for no discernible reason. Like JonTron's review, for example, JonTron, I don't know what to make of him because sometimes it's like he's like a host, and then other times he's like a sketch. Now these days though, it kind of sucks a little bit how his videos have turned into, where his videos aren't really as handcrafty as they used to be. Now they're overly edited and very crude.
Yeah, he kind of fell off for me too because he's kind of stopped doing his funny game stuff, and now he's just kind of reviewing just whatever and a lot of.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that, and at first it was fun, but I feel like these days, I think the moment when the intro was just gone and all that, like yeah, he just became more sloppier, like more. I mean, I'm talking like a little too much more. How I put it, the harsh word, too more content than video.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, I was just yawning, but yeah, I get what you mean. I just looked at his recent videos. The last thing was Animorphs, the TV show. I completely forgot about that.
Well, I don't think his videos are that bad. I still watch them whenever they came out.
Yeah,
here
same.
There, but it's like, yeah, like I said though, at the end of the day though, it's just like I'm just complaining about how like yeah, I feel like if I had to compare it to his old stuff, I definitely have to admit, over time, I just prefer the old stuff more because they were more genuine and more one-man. Like, for God's sakes, he used to do everything by himself. Like, he used to do the videos all by himself, but then over time, he got more people doing it for him.
Oh my god, it's like James Roth.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But then, yeah, I remember, I'm talking about JonTron because I feel like his very earlier videos, because, yeah, he did a video about Castlevania 64 Legacy of Darkness, and that's his second ever video. That's the second ever video he ever did, after the Daikatana video. And I find that video really funny, too, because you know what's the funniest part about the Daikatana video? That's the only video he ever said he'd remake, and he's never done it. He's never remade that video. He said, he said in a Q&A video he'd remake it, but he never did it.
Oh my god. Refused to elaborate, leaves.
I know. I know. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, like yeah, like he said he'd remake it, but he never did it. I think
Oh
it'd be
God, that was
funny.
14 years ago. That was 14 years ago. Oh my God.
What, the Daikatana video?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that video too because it was like done so forever ago. A thing I really love in that video is that he talks very whispery, like he's not trying to wake up someone. I like that a lot in the video. It's like really funny because it's like because I remember in his really early videos he's like in his parents' house or something, so it's like he's being really whispery and he's like not trying to wake up people too much. Like I love that in the old videos. Like that's how genuine it was. Like and then eventually he has his own place. No, I remember it's like he's in his parents' place, but then eventually he moves to Aaron's place, and then he moves to New York. Like I
That is
remember.
actually funny.
I
That is
remember,
actually funny.
Yeah, and at Aaron's place was when he did some funny NES reviews. I remember he did that was the night shift. I don't remember the name of that game, but that's where the I ain't having that shit came from. Where he talked about the detective game. I like that video a
No.
lot.
Nightshade. Nightshade.
Yeah, Nightshade, I got it right. Yeah, Nightshade. But yeah, I remember the Castlevania 64 video and how it was a really funny video to watch. I definitely still like that video, but he definitely was fairly harsh to the game. And honestly, like I said, like in general, Castlevania, the reviews for Castlevania 64, they're always really harsh and honestly don't really give the game a chance. Like it's really unfair because those games, like at the end of the day, honestly, the way I look at them, they're not really trying to be mainline games. Like if anything, there's also to the fact that people are more, they're not Metroidvanias, and it's like, well, look, not every single goddamn Castlevania game is going to be Metroidvania. Okay, if you want your dang Metroidvania, go play the DS games and Symphony of the Night, you little goddamn baby. You can't handle the original games for shit.
Exactly.
Because I say this too, because the Castlevania, the games on 64, they're not really trying to be Metroidvanias. They're more closer to the original games on NES. Like I learned that and I'm like, really? Oh, okay. Maybe I should check out the original games then. Like I definitely should. Like I definitely would like to play the original 3 on NES. Oh, even if Simon's Quest, is that even beatable? Is that game even beatable?
Simon's Quest?
Yeah, because I've heard that game is actually genuinely bad. Like it is actually bad.
But if you were to ask me, I'm just like meh on it.
Okay. Because that game has a low rating at backlog. I won't mind. I won't mind trying to play it. Actually, why not? Maybe after I play the Mario Bros. Games, because that's definitely something I want to get to. I want to definitely finally play the Mario Bros. Games. The Mario Bros. Games. Mario Bro. There's also Wario Land 4. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say this about Castlevania 2. I don't think it's like the worst game ever, like James Rolfe claims it is, but it's not like great either.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. And then did you ever play Castlevania 3?
Oh, yeah, that's like my favorite one in the trilogy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people say that's their favorite one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you play how much you play NES and SNES? I haven't played that much.
I played the Famicom version and the recent collection they did.
Okay. Actually, I mean to say, I meant in general, like how much you played them 2D games on NES and SNES.
Quite a fair bit. I actually played like the original trilogy the most. I haven't played much of 4, and I need to play more of Symphony of the Night. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I meant like the consoles in general. Never mind. Whatever. That'd be forever. But yeah, okay. It was interesting to talk about Dr. Jekyll and Handsome Hyde. Essentially, you basically said how you made that video because it's a game that suffers from how people just have these misconceptions. You're just like, oh, I'll just listen to what the angry guy said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it just reminds me too of I think games that really suffered from that the most was definitely I was gonna mention Sonic games, but then I'm like, that's like a whole different matter. But, although to be fair, there is that whole deal where actually, go ahead.
Honestly, there is some games I would like to cover. I'll say this about Sonic 06. I've had a couple people suggest me that one. I'm going to need to sit on that one, but it could be an interesting subject if I say stuff that other people haven't already said about the game.
Oh yeah. What I can say about Sonic 06 though for now would just simply be I like Project 06 for one. I love Project 06 even if that needs like a proper Steam Deck port because no matter what, nobody can ever fix that damn error where the title screen doesn't work and has like this TV test thing going on.
I might know how to fix that. I had it happen with like a Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh man, but yeah, like that's the only game I ever had that happens, and like the game works perfectly fine on this and it gets out of that. But yeah, like I remember what I can say about Sonic 06 is honestly, I've always been open and never minded some of these changes that some games do, and like DMC for example, the 2010 game. Even though a lot of people talk trash about it, I don't mind it too much honestly, and. And yeah, that's a similar game for me. Or Sonic 06, even though I won't deny the fact that, yeah, you know what, the issue with the game at the end of the day, though, is it's just really broken, man. Like, it is so unpolished. Like, just, it isn't finished at all. Like, if it was just finished, it'd be a good game, because
Exactly.
there's a lot of, like, the issue with the game at the end of the day is just, it has a lot of great stuff going on. Like, I like the gameplay styles. Like, in fact, it's really sad to me that, because it just happens to be, like, it failed, it means that Sega, like, a thing that people talk about is that whereas Nintendo like to, keep going with some gameplay to establish, then Sega like to give up on it. They like to give up. And it's a shame that Sonic 06 was the end with the whole, Sonic Adventure gameplay. I love the Sonic Adventure gameplay where it's like you play all these different characters, you walk around. I love that a lot. It was super fun. I like the boost formula, but I love the Adventure gameplay formula. It was super fun.
Yeah, same.
I love Adventure 1 and 2. Those are still some of my favorite games ever. Adventure 2 is my favorite Sonic game, period. I like that game a lot. I don't care how much people were trying to revisionize and be like, oh, those Adventure games are actually bad. No, the Adventure games are awesome. I love the Adventure games.
Yeah, I actually like try them again, like kind of recently. They're still awesome games. They just, some of the stages are a little ass, I will admit, but they're still like great games.
Yeah, Adventure 2, completely perfect game. There's nothing wrong with Adventure 2, but Adventure 1, yeah, it definitely has some issues. Like, even if I'll be honest, I actually enjoy Big the Cat. I like Big the Cat. He's fun.
He's kind of funny.
Yeah, I like Big the Cat, and I'm gonna be honest, do you know how long it took me to beat it? So whereas, like, some people, they had, like, 4 hours or something, do you know how long it took? It took me, like, only an hour to beat Big the Cat.
Yeah, that could be a perfect subject for a Give It a Break episode.
Honestly, you should just do an entire episode dedicated to just, like, if you ever did Sonic Adventure, just do Big the Cat. Because that's the one that people always get wrong. They always keep getting him wrong. Like, I don't know why. Like, people always, like, make out Big the Cat stages to be, like, the worst thing ever. But honestly, I played them before. It's not that bad at all. In fact, I actually find them fun. You know, like, I really like the Big the Cat stages. They're super fun playing them. Like, I won't deny like, I won't deny if there is an issue with Sonic Adventure, I won't deny there is a bit, like, too much padding, where you have all these characters that are like, like, for example, I think, in my opinion, the more egregious one, whereas a Big the Cat, it's just a simple, little fun side thing. Amy is a little bit, Amy kind of sucks for Amy's.
Yeah.
She has like a few stages, and all she bloody does is like she just runs away from some robot, and I have to admit, yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like the three characters where it's like they're basically unnecessary, like Tails, Sonic, and Knuckles. Yeah, no problem. But the 3 other characters that are like, they kind of have a problem going on here. Which I'll draw E102 Gamma, from memory. Like, the only issue there really is, in my opinion, with these characters at the end of the day is like, so Gamma, he's definitely one of the more better ones, where it's like, I mean, at least his gameplay is super fun to play, even if it's way too short. But outside of him, yeah, admittedly, Amy, him, and Big the Cat, they're just like a set piece, like, oh, check out this gameplay, for example. Like, that's basically their whole deal. And it's like, yeah, I have to admit, that's basically what they are. Padding. Like, padding. Just to, make the game longer. But, damn, isn't it fun padding. Amy, though, is like, I think out of anyone, in my opinion, I think Amy was the least fun. Because Amy was just doing some stages and that's fucking it. Like, she's just a waste of time. But E102 Gamer has a gun, and Big the Cat has, like, a fishing rod. Like, that's what makes them better than Amy.
Yeah, fishing rod.
But yeah, I like Big the Cat, and E102 Gamma, and yeah, it's unfortunate that that yeah, Big the Cat, he gets like quite the he's not very good. I don't like a Big the Cat. Like not even just like the character, but like the stages. Like I don't think the stages are that bad at all. Like they're it's only 4 stages. Like he only has like 4 stages. He's a very short character to play. Like that's it. There's nothing wrong with playing him. I can't remember how his legs look. Oh, I remember. He had some really funny back legs going on.
Spring.
Oh yeah, and I remember, and then if he ran, he'd like pull out the wheels and everything. Yeah, he's a super fun character. I like E102 Gamer, super fun character. I like E102 Gamer.
Same.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just remembered how like yeah, it's like Adventure. People got a lot of stuff wrong, but yeah, like in general, like I do like your series idea. Like even though it's like it's not something I think too much about, but it's like yeah, you know, it is a really good concept because yeah, you're going into games that people just have a simple like, especially the 2010s, where the 2010s was very in my opinion, if there's anything to look back on in 2010s video games, it's definitely interesting to think back on those discussions, especially how people were still listening to some of the most dumbest bullshit ever, and we're like, "Yep, that's true." Like that's somehow still true. But then the middle 2010s was when you had a sea wave of many people being like, "Hang on, now that's ridiculous. Here's a different opinion instead." And that was great, like especially because you know early 2010s, you know, had people going, "Oh, those Sonic Adventure games are very bad," or the 3D Sonic games are bad, or oh, what angry video game nerd is so right. But then you just have more people like coming up being like, no, I have a different opinion. You know, it's great that more people are having different opinions and you know making videos about it. It's great. Like yeah, Castlevania 64, that's a great game, that a good game in my opinion. That yeah, it shouldn't just be it's a bad game because a YouTuber told me. But yeah, like yeah, I do like your series idea. I remember the video is just called Dr. Draco Mr. Hyde, but didn't you have a proper series name for this?
Yeah, it's called Give It a Break.
Yeah, give it a break. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a little Alzheimer today. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think you know, because I do have some notes here, but actually, I know something I could bring up. So how long you been using the internet for a while? How long?
How long since I've been using it? I would say since I was about 6 to 7 years old.
Okay, well, I have you beat by 3 years old. Well,
Holy
actually,
shit.
I should be fair. I was 3 years old when I started using a computer. But okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Because I was just asking because I was thinking of just how like yeah you have had a fair internet presence for a fair while. Like I noticed on your YouTube you have very old YouTube videos on there.
Yeah, that I do.
Oh yeah, and then you have an archive.org account, and you're the person that uploaded the Con 2 stuff on there. From this, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one who actually bought it and actually imported it and got it dumped finally.
Yeah, how long was it that nobody dumped it? Was it just someone that nobody bothered?
Nobody bothered for some reason. It was so funny. Like for 20 years, nobody realized that there was like literally just unused content that Success just popped on the disc and was like, "Hey, here you go," and like nobody even like noticed till like I came in and like just decided to just look at it.
Good lord. Was there anything more you uploaded on your archive.org account? I don't really remember.
Anything more that I've uploaded a few like obscure arcade to PC ports, and a couple other miscellaneous things, but that's really that's just mostly stuff I find interesting. Nobody's really talked about, and I just pop it up on the internet for more people to see.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I haven't done it in a while, but like I would like to start doing it again, kind of.
I remember for me, I remember something embarrassing was last year. I remember I scanned these character sheets in high quality I bought for Metropolis, and it took me like some months to finally get around to it. Like I do it all the way back in June or July, but then I sit on it for months, and then it's until like December or November that I finally upload them, and they only took even longer because of the whole thing where
you got hacked.
They got hacked, and you couldn't upload anything for a while.
That
So
was funny.
oh Lord, like I remember I was embarrassed by that. Like I was like, oh my god, I have the scans and I'm just sitting on them. Good Lord. It just reminds me too. There is like a book or two I got that I'm like I need to finally scan them, but the only the reason why I haven't gotten to it is just because mainly because I have a scanning setup that's a bit impractical. Like what I need to do is so I have it like all the way over there and it's like way too far from my computer. So I'm thinking like what I want to do is I plug it more closer to my computer so I can scan the book because the reason why why I have a hard time is because I have to be there pressing down on the book, really proper. Because if I just leave it there, it's not going to scan that good. So I need to fix it up so I can scan this particular Japanese book I got that I need to finally scan because nobody's bothered to scan it, and I need to finally do it. I would cut it up and scan it with like a professional scanner, but I'm not risking it, so I'm just gonna do like a quick and dirty one.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fair.
I make a PDF
That's
out of it. I've done some
yeah.
scanning of some pages, and it turns out well. Like yeah, it works. So like yeah, I'm definitely sometime gonna finally do it, and especially now that I know how to use a scanner better. Where for a long time, like an idiot, I kept using like 600 DPI when you can do like 300, and it'll be way quicker, and it's still a lot of detail on the pages. Like I was a dummy for not knowing that sooner because for a long time I was like I'd be scanning stuff with like way too high quality. Um, like a 600 DPI. I just recommend that for album covers, but like if you do like a whole page, just like do 300 DPI. You don't need it to be that much. Um, it really depends on what you're scanning, but like I'm saying, yeah, like I definitely need to get around to that, and I'll definitely put it up on archive.org when I finally do it, and then another thing I guess I noted down that I wouldn't mind bringing up actually was so I remember I read a few of them and I thought they were not that bad, but I remember I learned about how something that intrigued me was how you wrote some articles before. You wrote entire articles for a magazine thing, like I forget what it was.
Quarter up, and in the past, I've done like articles for like Hardcore Gaming 101.
Yeah, wait, Hardcore Gaming 101. That sounds
Yes,
hardcore game. Hang on
you
a
might have heard
minute.
them. You might have heard about it because like as the owner doing stuff.
Hardcore Gaming 101. Oh yeah, I remember that website that pops up sometimes. And wait, and what about the owner? Excuse me.
He had a fight with a translator because he translated his story correctly in an old Gomon video game.
Wow, what a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
not happy about that.
That is just amusing to learn about. Okay. Um. Okay. Uh, I see. So I didn't know you wrote articles for them because I was thinking of yeah, you wrote your articles for this monthly thing. I forgot what they were called.
Yeah, I've kind of stopped it. Well, I that's been kind of put on hold because the guy hasn't really done anything recently. I want to
Hmm.
still write for them, of course, but like I haven't really done anything recently because the guy's just been kind of busy.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Because I remember, yeah, I read some of them and I thought they were fun. Like, yeah, it was basically I forget what I'm talking about. It was like a monthly article thing where it was like, do you mind if I put a link to it?
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind.
Yeah. Basically, it was like this monthly thing, not magazine, but it was like an article thing, a monthly where
A
basically
webzine, yeah.
yeah, web scene. That's what they are. Yeah, I'm a bit rusty on my terms, but yeah, basically a web zine and yeah, it'd be like about arcade stuff, like strictly arcade stuff. Yeah, all about arcade stuff because Tremi is all about arcade games. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, you sure are, especially Tato.
Taito and Namco.
What's up with you and Tato and Namco?
Well, the Namco games I've like played since I was basically a kid because,
Mm.
as I mentioned earlier, because of all the Pac-Man plug and plays and such, and that
Uh,
kind of stuck to me. And like later on, I discovered how MAME worked and played a bunch of Taito game, bunch of Bubble Bobble. Then years later, I got an S Mini, played Bubble Bobble again, thought it was fun, and decided to play more Taito games because of it. So fun
I
and
see.
become a yeah.
Would you recommend anybody now use Main?
MAME is all right. Name is alright, but if you like really like the games, I would suggest buying like any of the official ports because of better
Okay.
emulation and just a less bullshit way of playing the games. Ironically,
Okay. Okay. I never liked me. I way prefer Final Burn Neo. I like Final Burn Neo way more.
that being said, there's a lot of stuff with the MAME devs. They are kind of bureaucratic and they're a bit annoying to deal with. I'll put it mildly.
I never knew that. I never knew
Yeah,
that.
I've had to deal with them because I've submitted some stuff to them to like get some games
Mhm.
to be more accurate, and they are just a pain to work with. Yeah,
I really
but,
never knew that. Okay.
yeah, to put it mildly.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can do the Dig Dug guy.
Do it. Kaizo Hori, the guy who is actually canonically divorced from his wife. No, yes,
Yeah.
really.
Well, he's looking more like Bomberman, but whatever. I'm going by like the sprite I remember.
I am like sitting next to like a mini Dig Dug cabinet right now. Fun fact.
Oh, nice. Cabinet.
Like an actual, yeah, like the numbskull mini cabinet. It's so damn cool. It actually plays the game too.
Isn't okay? I remember. Isn't Bomberman what is Bomberman a Konami character? I forgot where he belongs to.
Hudson, but they later got bought out by Konami, so he's basically now a Konami character.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, Hudson, the guys that did the Mario Party games.
Yep.
Man, man, Hudson, they were so cool. Hudson was so cool. But yeah, like yeah, Bomberman. I was thinking of like yeah, what do you think of people like have you ever what you think of that 2006 Bomberman game, the one that people like to cry about?
I've actually never played it, but I would think it's like not that bad, designs aside.
I don't like I appreciate that people were like man let it be cartoony, but goddamn I think maybe people were too autistic about
I
it.
have actually never played the game. I want to play it for myself, see if it's as bad as people say it is. I don't think it would be that bad, but
Oh
hey,
yeah. I just think it's funny when things like that it's like overblown. It's like good lord, it can be annoying though when it's like really like we talked about earlier where it gets so bad that it skews actual opinion on the game. Where yeah, Castlevania 64 for example, where that's a game that I just find it ridiculous that way too many people just immediately go oh bad game it's a bad game, like not even try it, and it's like so autistic when people are like that.
yeah.
Good lord, like they don't even give it a try.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, there's a
um
lot of one stars on backlog. That's not a good sign.
I'll give backlog this. I'm gonna just tell everybody for the world right now. That backlog is definitely a little bit more reliable than Letterbox. Letterbox is too biased.
Yeah, I would put it mildly yes. That is for damn sure. I also like think backlog is like more reliable than a lot of critic reviews these days.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that on backlog. There's not too many jokey reviews. Whereas like on Letterbox, the issue Letterbox has is they need to have a comment section so that the comment section can have all the jokes. But when you go on Letterbox, there's too many jokey reviews that are not really trying to be a proper review. It sucks.
I will admit
Um,
I kind of fall into that trap sometimes. But at least I try to like put like my review to be like my accurate assessment of like the media.
oh yeah. Oh, food media, food
Yeah, food,
media.
lost food media.
I don't mind media. Media works sometimes, but I don't like to say media too much. It's kind of a very robotic word. Like a lot of people, I agree. Like yeah, a lot of slop words and very robotic term kind of words, terminology words like that. It sucks. Like nobody likes concept content media. Uh,
Yeah,
the
IP.
IP. IP, don't even get me started on IP. That's like a business term. That's like for business talk, okay?
Yeah,
Like a franchise. Why can't nobody ever say series anymore? Just fucking say series. Stop saying franchise, okay? What are you, a fucking businessman? I'm tired of it. Everybody always says franchise is bullshit. I love the Mario franchise. I love the Indiana Jones franchise. Why can't you say series, goddammit?
just say series.
I know, like it's ridiculous. I find it fucking bullshit. A lot of people are like, nope. I'm gonna say very I don't like it at all. I'm not even trying to say like it's stupid, like because it has its purpose in business talks. Okay, we're talking about stuff we like, and I don't understand why you use such words. Are you gonna be in economics? Are you gonna go into that? Like yeah, I find it ridiculous. People can be like that, but yeah. Yeah. You drew the guy that
I
he's
drew
gonna.
Puka.
Yeah, oh yeah, the puka. That's what they're called. Yeah, puka. I'm just thinking now. Little Big Planet. I think I love about Little Big Planet. That's another time to talk about Little Big. Did you ever play Little Big Planet? Um,
I never had a PSC until like recently, so no.
okay, I'll tell you right now. I grew up with PS3. I love the PS3. I love that baby, and I love Little Big Planet. Do you want to know one of my favorite parts about Little Big Planet? Little Big Planet was my introduction to a lot of old game. Was my introduction to a lot of gaming stuff. Like that's one of my
Oh,
favorite things about Little Big Planet. Like it introduced me to a lot of video game stuff. Like I was introduced to Street Fighter. I was introduced to all the other Sony stuff like God of War, Patapon, uh, the those games by the games that there hasn't been one in over 10 years. I forget what were they were called. It was the one with the soldiers. Um, I forgot what they were called, but those games. Okay, I
yeah.
need to be. I need to look it up right now. What were the heck were they called? Like
Patapon.
they were
Speaking
very
of
big.
Patapon,
What'd you say?
speaking of Patapon, I can't wait for the new Steam port to come out.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely going. I'm gonna finally play those games by that Steam port for sure. I'm gonna finally do that.
Same, same.
Yeah, I'm happy. I love to get more Sony games ported for sure. Like honestly, I wouldn't even bother with a PS3 if all the games that I want to play are all ported, but they're stuck on the PS3. And there's still things to do with PS3 like modded and stuff. Uh, did you ever play Call of Killzone? It was
Killzone.
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 There we
That's
go.
yeah, Killzone. I was thinking of Killzone. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, like so Little Big Planet, it introduces me to stuff like God of War, Patapon, Killzone. Like that was my introduction to these Sony games. Even that Sony game that nobody talks about anymore. Nobody talks about the one with the red hair girl who's like a sword fighter. That's like another game too I learned about because of Little Big Planet. And I'm pretty sure no, that's not the same game as because I was thinking of the PS3 announcement. No, the E3 where they showed this game is like historical Japan. Now, anyways, there's a giant enemy crab.
Hmm?
That's something that people like to joke about when the PS3 was revealed. That whole deal.
Attack its weak point for massive damage.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's so good.
Yeah. Like yeah, basically I was talking about how like Little Big Planet it introduced me to a lot of it definitely introduced me to a lot of Sony stuff that I would have never known about. And it's a shame too because these days those series are basically dead. Like Killzone, like I said, there hasn't been another game in 11 years. There hasn't been another one. God of War isn't even God of War anymore. And I feel bad for those developers. They were amazing. They God of War guys. I forgot Santa Monica Studios. They were amazing. Don't even get me started on Naughty Dog. Or Naughty Dog basically was taken over and it became garbage. And to be fair, I don't think the hyper realistic games were that bad. I would give them a shot. Last of Us and the Last of Us specifically. I don't care about the second one. Last of Us and the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
Like I say this because like a lot of people, some people like to be like, oh, they're bad, but I'd give them a shot. Like at least they're like before those kind of games became really obnoxious with the PS4. Like at least those games were not that bad. Like I'd try them out. Yeah, why not? Why not? I have them on PS3. Yeah. Yeah, like in general, I was introduced to all these series like because of Little Big Planet. Because Little Big Planet, that's what I love about Little Big Planet. It was such a celebration of, like, whereas like Astro Boy, no, why did I say Astro Boy? I meant the PS5 game, Astro's Playroom. Like Astro's Playroom, like whereas like that game's like a celebration of PlayStation, Little Big Planet was the original celebration of PlayStation. Like a lot of costumes were based on PlayStation characters, like the DLC, it was fun. I loved it. And just in general, it was just a great introduction to many PlayStation stuff, and I think the closest we got to another celebration like that was definitely PlayStation All Stars, which is a game that I actually like. PlayStation All Stars, super fun, and I remember when I was at a friend's house, he had the game emulated, and I was mad at him like, why don't you have the DLC characters? Because one of my favorite characters, I love playing as Kate. Kate is one of the DLC characters, and that's another game too. Gravity Rush. Oh my god,
That game needs a PC port.
I really, okay, yeah, yes, please. I've always really wanted to beat that game. I never get around to it, but I really love Kate. She's a character I like a lot.
She's so damn cool.
Yeah, I like
I've actually never played the game.
I've played the game a bit. It's a super fun game. I like Gravity Rush, and I was introduced by Gravity Rush because of Little Big Planet. Like I'm saying, there's all these costumes and everything. That's just a celebration of PlayStation, and that's what I loved about which I should do the logo right now. Because like yeah, like in general, like being a gamer, like I feel like what sucks now is like these companies, they don't really these studios, they don't really care too much about their old games and how much it resonates with people. Like PlayStation, for example, like they're basically some of the worst. I mean, they have an amazing legacy on the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, 3, like such amazing games, but they're not really available easily, and you have to like emulate them, and you have to be like a PC gamer to play them. Like it sucks because like I like people like to talk about how I'm a PC gamer, I can take care of that, but there's people too where I remember I used to be one of them too where the consoles, they won't have the games I want to play. It wasn't until becoming a PC gamer that I finally be able to play the games I want to play.
Exactly how I was too.
Like, and that's the thing that people need to consider more. Like, whereas, like, for you as a PC gamer, you're basically living in a mansion because, like, you have all these old games you can easily emulate. But like, being a console gamer, it sucks because you're not able to do that. You have to homebrew the fucking thing if you want to do that.
Yeah.
And like,
or be at the mercy of like developers who will actually like make remasters if they even would.
Yeah. And PS3 library is like notorious where it's like there's so many amazing games that are stuck on there, like Puppeteer, the Little Planet games, Skate 3, like so many games that are amazing and they're stuck on the PS3. Third party, and especially Metal Gear Solid 4, which is finally getting a PC port, quote unquote, sometime, but there's like 10 years that people just had to play it on the PS3, like no PC port or anything. Like it's just unfortunate just how many games like it's great that the PS3 has like exclusives, but it's bad that the PS3 is old and you still have to take it out to play these games. Like that's unfortunate. Like I think it's like whereas like people at the top of the Saturn and other consoles, I think the PlayStation consoles are becoming a very notorious example, in my opinion, where an example of games where they're stuck on that console. Like PlayStation 1, there's still a lot of games that are only on that console. PlayStation 2, many games that are only stuck on the console. And yeah, same thing with PS3. PS3 is like the worst one too, where PS3 had a very particular architecture that's just not easy to bring over.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of games that are stuck on there. But yeah, like Metal Gear Solid 4. That's a big example. But anyhow, yeah. Like in general, I just love I just remember being a kid and just I love games, and that's something I enjoyed. Yeah. I don't know how did I get into Little Planet, but yeah, PlayStation.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they used to do that commercial. I don't think they even do that anymore. Do they even do that anymore? The PlayStation.
No, they do not.
They don't. They don't anymore. Oh, that's bullshit.
We used to be a proper country.
But yeah, they used to do that. That's another thing too. That's the thing that sucks about PlayStation now. They basically rejected their Japanese roots. They want to be all American in the bad way. Like they moved They moved their headquarters.
That's why I like
yeah.
As you're saying.
Yeah, I was saying they moved their headquarters from Japan to from Tokyo, I think, to Los Angeles. Ugh. Oh my God. Awful.
And that's why a lot of Japanese developers I've noticed are targeting Switch and PC more now.
Oh yeah. Lots of people are it is unfortunate because honestly, in my opinion, I'd argue a lot of the great Japanese stuff that was on PlayStation was right up there with Nintendo. They were really fucking good. Fucking good. Japan Studio was amazing, and a game I really want to finally play one day they did was a game that's definitely, if I had a bucket list of games I want to play, like I need to get around to it since like middle school. Legend of Dragoon. I need to play that game one day. Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah, that game that came out in 2000, it was them trying to make their own RPG, but then it became redundant because Sony was still getting a shit ton of support from Squaresoft, so it basically was dropped like a ball and it didn't do too well. Like, yeah, Legend of Dragoon, I always wanted to play the game, you know. I love looking at the cover, you know, you see the main character, and, you know, he's got that, like, a thing I noticed in the game is, like, they have these, wings in the game, and I actually really like that they have, wings in the game.
I have news for you.
Yeah.
They did a decompilation of the game a while back.
Really? Really?
Yes, and you can actually play it right now if you wanted to.
Really? I never knew that.
Right now.
Wow.
Called Severed Chains.
Wow, I never knew that this whole time. Wow. Well, that's great to hear. I did not know that. Okay, I'll be sure to check it out later. Wow, but yeah, like yeah, I always was intrigued by I was always intrigued by Legend of Dragoon because, you know, Legend of Dragoon is a game that yeah, like it's one of them interesting games to me. I'm like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, Panzer Dragoon, I liked looking at Panzer Dragoon, so checking it, I'm like, yeah, I love Panzer Dragoon. So yeah, Legend of Dragoon, I definitely love to check out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we oh yeah, I noted Puzzle Bop. Yeah, Puzzle Bop and and them covers. Yeah, I mean, you already talking about how, like, yeah, Puzzle Bop, that was one of your first, is it Tato? Yeah, Tato did that game?
It's Tato, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna see if I can even draw, like, the face.
It's so funny, because Puzzle Bobble is not that intense.
You know, I think what always gets me about looking at that cover is just the Photoshop copy and pasting going on.
Yeah, you get to like several times in the cover, which like fucks me up.
Yeah, that's the thing I find super funny. No, that actually does remind me, something I always liked when I would get into gaming is definitely, like, I learned about certain stuff, and, like, I think one of them, for example, was definitely, like, a thing I liked when I looked at Panzer Dragoon, for example. Like, I look at the artwork and then I'm go, hang on, they drew this, like, digitally in the 90s? That's crazy. Because, like, you see, like, a thing I like about Panzer Dragoon Saga, like, the artwork for the game is, like, you look at it, it's like, it's all done very digitally. Like, it's all digital paintings for that game.
It's beautiful.
Like, lots of stuff done for that game. Like, I really like the, I remember I found out the artist who did it. I forgot his name, but basically, like, he's a great artist. He did it, and I hope, honestly, I wish if there's anything I really would like more, it'd definitely be if video games got more art books. Ah, bloody hell. I wish video games got more art books. Like, in particular, I don't know the ones I'd want. I don't know if they'd ever happen, but the games that I mainly want get art books is definitely the games from the 90s and 2000s, honestly. I love art books. I would love if Nintendo ever did art books for the games they did on the DS or Game Boy or Nintendo 64. I love for art books for that to happen, or if Sega did art books for Sega Saturn games, like especially Panzer Dragoon. I love an art book for just those 3 games alone. That'd be amazing. Man. Yeah, you're saying?
I would like more physical art books too. I'm tired of like all the digital ones I keep getting with like Steam games.
Oh god, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know it's that, yeah, but I'm just talking about, like, it'd be great if we got art books for old games. Like, I want more of that.
Yeah, that too.
Like, we get art books for movies and that sort of stuff, but it'd be great if we got, like, proper dedicated art books to old video games. Like, I think it'd be great, and honestly, it's a shame that Nintendo hasn't done that. Like, you know, I remember how much people would always talk about the 2020, that shitty, oh god, you would have been around there. I would have been a little kid when it came out, but when people talk about that shitty ass, happy 25th anniversary for Mario. And they put out that fucking All Stars, like on a Wii disc.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. They just literally just like released like a fucking SNES ROM on the disc and we're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, that's it. And I bring it up because something I always remember that people like to talk about is when they casually showed some amazing concept art for Mario 64, like the drawings and everything. And you know what happened? It's not even the whole fucking thing, and it's covered up, and that's all we've ever gotten. Like, there's never been an art book or a scrapbook showing like all the artwork for the game, and it's like, oh my, come on, really? Nothing. Like, it's stupid. Even Valve made some concept art and like art books for actually. They've definitely shared a lot more. They've shared way more concept art and stuff like that to show of like their old games. Like it's fun. Like I like looking at the stuff for Team Fortress 2 and how the game evolved. But like Nintendo, they haven't done jack shit like that for Mario 64. Like I will give them, they do it for the new games, but I want it for like the old games. I want to see more for Nintendo 64 games, more for Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games. Like I want to see more of that. Like I want to see more of these old games get our books. I think one of my top wants would definitely be the Wario Land games. I'd really love for them to get an art book. I really want an art book of those games, especially the ones on the Game Boy Color. Like Wario Land 3 is the one where I would really love to see the concept art. I want to see the concept art, the drawings. I would love to see more of that. No, actually, since I'm talking about games, there's one quick little nitpick I'd make. I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of does bother me sometimes that some gamers don't really care about the people behind them. And I say this because I think about the people who made these games. Like Nintendo, for example. Nintendo had a lot of talented developers and employees at the company. And I'm just saying this because I'm thinking about how I don't really hear enough people talk about how the guy who made I forget his name, sadly. Forgive me, but the guy who made Metroid, well, specifically Samus Aran, he's also the same guy that created Wario.
Nice.
Yeah, they remember the same guy. Or, they don't talk about how I forget what development team he was a part of. I forget because like Nintendo, they have these branches. I don't know if they still do it, but like they have like these development teams. And Nintendo, they had a development team, like, yeah, basically the Samus Aran creator guy who created Wario. Like the deal with him was he was a part of a team where they did the original Metroid, but then they also did they went on to do the Mario Land games. They did the Mario Land games on the Game Boy.
Yeah, actually, they still do all that. Yes.
Yeah. What they still do the stuff?
Yeah, they still do the development team stuff, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Like, yeah, I remember it was like research and development. Like the reason why I keep forgetting is because like I remember the top of the OGs. If you're a real Nintendo fan, you know who the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking about like Research and Development 1. I think those are the guys that did Mario Brothers, and then there's Research Development 2. I think like another one. And then there's like a different name, but like I kind of forget because like that's their names, and it's like, oh, that is not too specific. And Rareware had a similar thing too, except the deal with them though, I don't know any of the names. I don't know what they were called. It's just I just call them by what game they did. Like for example, the guys that did Perfect Dark, the guys that did Conker's Bad Fur Day, the guys that did Banjo-Kazooie were the guys that did the Donkey Kong Country games 1 and 2. The guys that did Mickey Speedway Racer, you would say, were the same guys that did Jet Force Gemini, and the guys that did Donkey Kong 64 are the same guys that went on to do that Cameo,
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, sucks that Cameo wasn't an Xbox. It should have been a 6th gen game. But yeah, I would have loved to play I always wanted to play Cameo, but that's a game stuck on the Xbox 360, and Xbox 360 emulation sucks.
It's on Xbox One at least.
Oh yeah, but I don't have that, and it's a backwards compatibility port. No, it's like it's an emulation. I mean, it's an emulation, but I'm talking about how development teams and you have these branches, and Nintendo, they had great branches that were very talented developers. I think anything more on this list I got here is actually I think an interesting one for a bit was so we talk about how you're a big fan of arcade games, right? But yes. there's another one you're a big fan of, and it's Rankin Bass. You're a real
Oh
big fan of
yes,
Rankin Boss.
they are like I think they're like overrated and like underrated at the same time. It's kind of weird. Kind of get what I'm getting at here. Of
Like you're
course,
saying,
everyone like
they're both overrated and underrated.
in a weird sense, yes. But also, everyone knows about the Christmas specials, which to this day are still very good and all that. But nobody's like digging into like their other stuff besides the Christmas specials, and that kind of fucks me up.
Well, they're
Or
popular
they
enough to
made
get referenced by Family Guy.
Family Guy and like a couple other ones.
Yeah, no, Robot Chicken. But yeah, go on.
Nobody knows that like they made like a fucking samurai movie, which has like one of the guys from Seven Samurai and like fucking Darth Vader in it, both in like one movie. It's kind of crazy.
Oh my god, I never knew that.
It's kind of funny. I forgot the name of it, but it is like so crazy. I have it on DVD. Yeah,
Frosty the Snowman. He is a frosty snowman. Yeah.
where is it? Where is it? Please, please, I need to find the Bushido blade. That's what it is.
Oh lord.
Jimmy Boone, James Earl Jones, and Richard Boone in the same fucking film. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like yeah, you're a real big fan. Like I'm pretty sure the biggest fan I know who's a fan of the biggest fan I know of Rankin Bass. Like what about Rankin Bass you like a lot?
I like how like most of their specials are like really, really ahead of their times in a lot of ways, and it's still have like aged pretty well, I'd say.
What makes them ahead of their time?
Well, the fact that they tend to be kind of timeless. They're usually like so well designed to the point where I'd say it still holds up to like a lot of stuff these days. And even I will say, speaking of kind of Hanna-Barbera, a lot of their specials tend to smoke the animation in a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Oh yeah.
A lot of TV animation from that time was kind of bad.
Oh yeah.
I will, yeah. There's stuff like Filmation, but then you have these guys for a freaking Christmas special just smoking them like it's nothing.
Yeah, to be fair though, that there was a part of it where it was outsourced, the animation.
Yeah, it was outsourced, but still, they intentionally chose like some of the best animators they could get to make those specials, which I think is kind of funny.
Oh yeah. I suppose they were ahead of their time in that they did have to rely on more cheaper outsourcing to get things done because you know them labor unions and all that fucking up shit.
It's funny because they didn't do it like cheap out. They did to like get like increase the quality. Because if you saw like some of the budgets they did for like some of their specials, they like paid good money for them.
Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Like the stingiest man in town, like costs like somewhere around like $1.2 million, and that's like 1970s money, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
okay. Yeah, I was bringing it up because I was thinking like a whole wider discussion where you have a whole deal where especially now where American animators don't really even do the animating part anymore, and it kind of gets outsourcing to an extent. I think SpongeBob's an exception where I mean at least the animators are actually still animating it. But then it gets inked overseas. Like yeah, I'm talking like stuff like that where it's like Disney shows are like really apparent where people like to give it shit, but there's like the whole sketch they did, this whole joke they did where they made a parody of how making a show works, and basically their whole deal is that all the animation gets done in Korea, and that's perfectly fine. And it's like, excuse me, like really. You don't even do you don't even do the name. You don't even do the animation part of it. Really? Like, oh my god. Like, at least what you're talking about here. Like, at least what you're talking about here is like, yeah, they deliberately hired people to do it. Whereas, like, what I'm talking about here is like over time, just like people just like, yeah, they're not even doing the animation part.
Yeah. And also because they didn't really have they did have like people who did like do all the storyboarding and stuff, but they mostly just threw it out to the studios who like figured it out for the rest of it out for them.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what helped too.
Oh yeah. Ah, storyboard. Oh yeah, storyboarding. But some cartoons. Oh, we're gonna just do everything in words, even though storyboarding is way better.
Yeah, because I think that literally most of how their specials went, they literally just they wrote the scripts, they recorded the audio, like wherever, they storyboarded it, and like they threw it to the animation studios, got it back, assembled, edited, and they were done basically.
Haha. Yeah, scripts should only really like when it comes to like a cartoon, like whereas like a movie, it's completely different. It's completely different. I'm just gonna say right now, even if I do feel like the way people really emphasize the script, it's too much, man. But people were
Yeah,
like, the script, no, like it's almost like this. It's like words matter way too much to them. It's like, oh my gosh, shut up. Like there's like other parts of a movie to appreciate. But like when it comes to a cartoon, it's completely different. Like scripts are only for words, okay? Only for the dialogue. That's it. That's it, okay? And
yeah,
that should not be the foundation of a cartoon because a cartoon, their foundation is the storyboards. The storyboards where everything happens, and when you make it just words, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
exactly.
And that's what you have. That's what you have now. Like it's unfortunate, but yeah, yeah, I get what you mean about like how Rankin Bass and what you like about it. You know, you did talk about Namco and Taito, but do you have anything to say about Speak Adventure? That's a game I like to play, but that guy. Okay, I'm continuing the recording now because it crashed. But yeah, I was asking you about Speak Adventure, and off camera you told me about how so yeah, it's getting that port which is unfortunately not getting on it's not getting a Steam release. But you told me how apparently it's not good.
I've like looked at like the very small amount of footage they like gave to us, and I am like not convinced it's going to be a good port. The physics look kind of off.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason. They adjusted the widescreen for like no reason, even though it's like a game that's supposed to be on like full screen. We don't know who the hell is actually porting it, and we only got this footage and the release date like a month ago. So I'm not hopeful it's going to be good.
It's a shame because I like is her name Speaka, the main character.
Yeah, that's actually her name. Actually, no, it's Nico. Fuck, I'm tired.
Neek. Then why is it called Speaka Adventure?
I think Speaka is like the planet. It's like it all happens on. I believe.
Oh, okay. And then hang on, how'd you even play the game then?
Oh, via the arcade version, via emulating the arcade version.
Okay. How'd you do that? Because the thing about the game it's a PC game. It's a .exe.
Yeah, I basically used like a wrapper around like the arcade files that made it act more like a PC game.
I remember I got it working, but you know what's the problem? It was like it wouldn't go up to 1080p. It stretched. Like instead of like being like a 4x3 game, it was like stretched and everything. I was like, oh, it was ugly playing it.
Yeah, I think it's like hard like 640 by 480, so I think that's why.
Okay, oh my god. It was like I really would like to play that game, but I tried to. I don't like that at all. I wish that game had like a PC. I wish that game had like a new port or you know what, even better, like I wish that game had a console release at the time, but no, it was a game only on arcade.
Hopefully I might be wrong with this new port. Maybe it'll be fine after all, but I am just with the fact we've only now I got more info on it, it's just not a good sign.
Oh yeah, because
Especially
it was announced forever ago. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then only now I got info on it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Okay.
I think it's funny we got like the actual original mobile version before like the arcade remake.
Oh yeah, what? There was like a mobile game. Was it like a different game, or was it like what kind of game was it?
It's basically it's based on like a mobile. It's basically the original Speaking Adventure is a mobile game that they remade for arcades. We got the original mobile version on Switch before the arcade remake.
How do you this mobile game's on a Switch?
Yeah, you can just play its Gmode Archives plus Speaking Adventure.
I gotta love it when these games are. I want to play them, but they're on the Switch, and I don't want to go get a Switch again. I want them on Steam.
I think it's on. I think it might be on PlayStation 4. I don't know. I forgot.
And I don't have a PlayStation 4. My friend has a PlayStation 4 and he gets to play Bloodborne. I want to play Bloodborne, and I don't care if Bloodborne turns out to be a bad game. I want to just play it and try it. And they won't put it on PC.
It's on Switch only. Rip. Though it's Gmod archived, so they could put out a PC version of it sooner or later.
Okay. But yeah, like all these games get like I'm happy there are games that do get Steam and PC, Steam and Switch ports, but I don't like it when a game just gets a Switch port because I want to play it on my computer. I do not want to go get a console. Like I don't like it. Don't do that. Like I think one of the worst ones I'm thinking of right now is I know. The one that really bothers me the most was Crash Team Racing. That game is only on consoles, and they still haven't announced or gonna bother with a PC port.
Which just fucked up. It seemed like the perfect game to get like a PC version, but they never got one.
Like Spyro Reignited got a PC port. The Insane Trilogy got a PC port. I want Team Racing on PC. Where is it? I want Team Racing right now.
Same. Me too. I want it. I want to play it.
Like I do want to give that game a try. I like what I've seen of it. I like the fan art. I want to play the game. You can have my money. I'll buy the game. I'll play it. But they don't want to put it on PC. It's not my fault that I prefer playing games not chained to a console. Okay, I like playing games anywhere on my PC or my Steam Deck. And yeah, like I don't want to bother with the Steam with the Switch. I want to play my games on Steam. Like I don't understand what's the problem. Activision, you guys that are. I mean, I'm kind of looking. I was thinking of Tony Hawk now for some reason. Whatever. But yeah. Activision, you guys. Actually, since I brought up Tony Hawk, I should draw a little poly. What do you think of the Tony Hawk games?
I haven't played much of them, but I should play them more. I have like 1 and 2 on like Epic when I got for like really, 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 really cheap. I should play it more. It was fun.
Which 1 and 2? You mean the remake?
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah, okay. I've never played the remake, but I love the old games. Yeah, I love playing the old games. But mainly I like playing a rethought. My games I played a lot were with the mods, Thug Pro and Rethought. I've been playing Rethought a lot recently. I love Rethought a lot. And it's like a mod of American Wasteland, and then Thug is Tony Hawk Underground 2. But yeah, I remember I was introduced to those games because part of my retro phase, I learned about those games and I loved them a lot. And I remember I used to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 by the Nintendo 64 version on an emulator a lot. I would do that a lot. But yeah, like I like Tony Hawk a lot. It's a super fun game, super fun series.
I saw like some of the mods for like some of the Tony Hawk games, and they seem like kind of funny, like a bunch of character models and shit.
Yeah. Lots of fun mods out there. Lots of fun stuff. Yeah. And then I think you talk about Spica, but anything to say about Parodius or actually, I mean I wrote you like shoot 'em ups, right?
Of course, I'm like a huge fan of the Cotton games, as I previously mentioned.
Okay, you like Cotton, right? So what do you think of Parodius and KO?
I need to play. I like Parodius a fair bit. I need to play more KO though.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
I like that KO is like straight up is just more of a platformer than it is like a shoot 'em up. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, you're talking about the second game. Although to be fair, the first game is a complete shooter.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny when games. Yes, I played the first one. Okay. That one's pretty fun.
And you said it was funny when games what?
I think it's funny when like games like do like a complete genre shift in like the sequel. I think it's hilarious when games do that sometimes.
Oh yeah, especially when the third one is just a full-on party board game.
Yeah, I heard it was not that great.
Well, I'm a fan of that game, and I'd like it for to get a English translation. It's ridiculous that one never got one.
Oh, guess I listened to the wrong people then.
Well, to be fair, they could be right because honestly, until I actually could understand what they're saying, I don't even know how good the game really is because I've never gotten to be in a full session. To be fair, the problem is that it's so. I remember I learned the deal about that game is that they're playing a Japanese board game like Odeko Sogodo. I don't remember how you say it, but basically they're playing a Japanese board game. But the deal though is that I don't know the rules. I remember me and Brian tried to play that game. It's just we just can't because we can't understand a single bit of Japanese. Like you don't understand Japanese if you're gonna play that game. Like it's impossible. So like it really needs an English translation. And I just remember thinking too, just how like I learned about how funny thing is that game definitely was not gonna get was never gonna get an American release over here. Like, and I remember, like, evidence to that is just how there was an interview with, well, more like a Q&A with the voice actress for Rami, Samantha Paris, and it turned out how she didn't even know there was a third game until she was asked about it. She didn't even know there was a third one.
Wow.
So it's like, so there definitely wasn't plans to break a third, to localize the third game, unfortunately.
It makes sense. Like, the first game did get, like, an American release. The second game barely got an English release, and I guess they just didn't bother for the third one.
Like the second one, it was a Europe only release. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it didn't get an American release. But yeah, the third one, not even. I think it's actually kind of tragic and sad. The third one was it the one they just decided nope, because that's the one on the most accessible console. So you think they try, one last try? Why not? And nope, they didn't. And I think it's unfortunate because the thing that always bothered me was the perception that. It's not. It was a spin-off, and I challenged it, and I was like, no, it's the third game. I think it's the proper third game. Heck, the composer confirmed it. It is the third game in the series. But yeah,
holy shit.
I remember a lot of people would ignore the third game. And yeah, honestly, I like the third game a lot. I like the art in that game. Like Rami looks very funny in that game. Like, I think I like about the series is how you can tell which artists you got going on drawing, and definitely like how they draw Rami very differently, and especially in the third game. Where in the third game, like I don't know who's the artist, but like in the manual, like it's like a completely different artist who does some of this artwork, and it's like wow, it's like very different, a different Rami, and I like looking at those Rami drawings. They look great. Like it's very different from the usual Rami stuff. Where people like to draw more of how she looked in the first game on the Sega CD. Because yeah, that was like a different art style. But I mean, I'm just thinking too of how it's funny when some of the artists they can't they sometimes mess up how she looks. Where something I always remember is just there's those certain artworks where they just color her eyes green when it's supposed to be blue. I always find that funny. But yeah, like KO3, the board game one. I always wanted to play that game properly, and honestly, like I said, I think it's a shame that one still does not have an English translation. I'd really like it to, but it doesn't. Like, at least another game I can think of that should get one, but at least you can play it. It is playable, and you can understand how to play it. If I can remember the name, Rocky Gaki Showtime, at least that one, you can play it, you can understand it.
Yeah.
Like, it's playable, even if that's an underrated fucking game. Oh my god, like I like Treasure a lot, but man, I have to admit, if there's anything I always found stupid. I never liked how many like I don't know if you ever seen it, but like so Treasure's like this great company, right? But do you know what I find stupid? I find it stupid how super overrated as hell Mischief Makers is.
It's a cute game, but yeah, I kind of agree.
Like the deal, here's my deal with Mischief Makers and what my problem is with it, like I remember being into Nintendo 64, and it just bothered me like how many people are like, oh my god, man, the Mischief Makers is like the greatest game ever, and it's like, oh my god, like so many people are like talking about like Mischief Makers as if it's like the best game ever, and it's like, and not really. That game has some. I think it's a cute little fun platform, but that's it. It's not really the best thing ever, and honestly, I thought it was alright. Yeah, it has all this shit for you to collect, and honestly, I didn't really want to. And honestly, I really should play a Sun and Punishment. I feel like that's like the better N64 game Treasure did. Probably.
It's not about Cookie Showtime because, like, I think copyright reasons are the thing holding that game up.
Yes, it
Pretty
is.
sure.
Yes, that is correct. Like I remember the entire. It was all because in fact, that's another reason too that bothers me. So I love Reiki you're talking about. That's one of my top favorite treasure games ever, and one of the biggest issues that game faces was so. There's a funny secret little character they decided to throw in there, and it was Marina Light Years because why not? But then you know what happens? The publisher is like, "What? Don't we own that character?" Let's remove it from sale, and then the game will stop being sold. So that game is super expensive and $200 if you want to buy that game.
Oh my god.
And as a result, because of that fact she's in the game, it has always bothered me for a very long time. Every single freaking time I see like that game get mentioned, it's always about Marina being in the game. It was to the point that it'd even be an inside joke between me and Brian, where I'm just like, oh yeah, Marina Light Years, the character that people like to gush about so much. Because yeah, like it bothered me like Ranking Character Showtime. So this is a very fun, unique game, but people would only ever talk about the fact Marina's in the game. Like, oh my god, there's so much more to that game than just that. Like, shut up. Like Marina Mischief Maker fans sometimes are really fucking annoying. Like I said, I don't mind the character necessarily, but my issue at the end of the day is just simply, I just don't like how she overrepresents and really overshadows Treasure way too much. Like the Saturn games are way so much amazing. Silhouette Mirage, Guardian Heroes, or the Genesis games, Gunstar Heroes, Ronald McDonald's Treasure Island, the Alien Starship. Alien Soldier, like they did so many amazing games, and I think it's dumb to overlook them and be like, oh, Mischief Makers. Like no,
They're much more than that.
Yeah, they're much more than that. They did many amazing games, and it's great that when people are like talking about retro games, yeah, they do talk about Treasure a lot. It's amazing. If there's anything great about Treasure, I'll say, though, at least they're still around. They still exist, but they haven't made a game in over 10 years. But they still exist.
Just the port games.
Yeah, oh, man, I really wish they'd do a better job. Like, it always bothered me, I'd wait for a long time for Radiant Silver going to go on sale. Like, it was always at $20 flat. I had to wait until, like, it finally went on sale for $8. But I do want to mention this though, where if there's a game I really want them to port, I really want Guardian Heroes to finally get a port, please. I like Guardian Heroes a lot. That's one of my favorite games they ever did. I love the soundtrack. You ever heard the soundtrack to Guardian Heroes? I love.
Oh hell yeah! Yes,
the game a lot.
I do. Yes.
I even have the flak rip do it. I love that. I love that soundtrack a lot. It's amazing. Good. The jazz, but done by EMC. EMC2. I don't remember what they were called, the band. It's a Japanese band that did the music. They're all about jazz. Like, yeah, like I like the music a lot in that game, and it's unfortunate that like a lot of people, some people like to overlook it. It's great that people recognize the excellence in Treasure, but sometimes man, they can be really annoying. And then I think one more topic, which I guess one more topic was lost food media.
Lost food media.
Lost media.
Lost food media.
I know why I noted it. Just to talk about that in general, where a lot of people like to, be really retarded when it comes to lost media. Like, we gotta find this pilot for 5-year-olds instead of, I don't know, a lost film or a film that would be of worth. No, we gotta find a pilot. Why not? This means a lot to me, We gotta find it.
It's funny because I think there's value in people finding shit, even if it's shit I don't care about personally. But the lost media community has a strange penchant for finding baby media. It's weird.
Yeah. To be fair, to be fair, if I had a funny thing to say, to be fair, the lost media name should be a dead giveaway that something's not right. They're not lost movies, not looking for lost stuff. No, just lost media. That should be a red flag right there, like the girls say.
Yeah, some of it, I think the issue that a lot of their lost media they look for is just undocumented, really. Wouldn't call it lost, it's just hard to access.
Oh, yeah.
Not truly lost.
Oh, yeah, if anything, you just had me mentioning that. Yeah, they do, horrible research, particularly, I'm just thinking about one of the most goofiest examples I'm thinking on top of my head. Just on top of my head when they so there was this it's funny because this character Sakurai, I wish he was in Smash Bros, but like Sakurai really wanted to bring this samurai character from an NES game on the Smash Brothers. And yeah, there's a samurai character which I actually like this character. I would like to play this game sometime. I forgot what it was called. It's kind of right up there with this other Japanese only game that I really wish was brought over here. The I don't remember what it was called, but it's like this cute girl and a blue hair boy.
Mysterious Castle Murasama. I can't pronounce it. Was it that one?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, hell yeah. You know your Nintendo shit, alright. This is what the real fans are all about. The old NES games that only came out in Japan. Fuck yeah. How long before?
Well, the Famicom Disk System in particular.
You know how? Hang on. We also gotta mention a very cult classic, the cult classic that when it finally got an American release, people were shitting on it. One of the goats, the Famicom Detective Club. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what were we gonna say?
It's kind of sad. Like people like only now are able to play the Famicom Detective titles. They're kind of neat for the time.
I say that because I remember when it was like revealed, like yeah, there's this cool remake. Well, actually, to be fair, it was kind of a little boring because they made it look more like a typical visual novel, unfortunately. But I remember like there was like a remake coming out, and I remember there were so many Nintendo fans being like, "Man, I don't care. What is this garbage? Man, fuck this."
Oh, massive self-reports right there.
Like,
massive self-reports on their end, anyways.
Oh my god! Like I remember seeing them being like, "Oh my, they're full of shit." You know,
not real Nintendo fans. They are not real Nintendo fans at all.
They're not real Nintendo fans. Would have been cheering at that, especially Ayami. I don't remember the other girl's name. I'm just thinking of I love her Melee statue for figurine because Melee that was like the game with the best. Melee, the best trophies in the series, and I love the trophies they did for NES games and SNES games. I love them; they're amazing, especially for NES stuff. And yeah, they did Famicom Detective Club. They did that game. I love that one a lot. They did some amazing figurines, trophies. But yeah, I don't know how we got here, but yeah, like I was talking about a few steps back. Yeah, I was talking about lost food media and how yeah like they're not really trying, like I remember I was talking about red flag. I was talking about red flags and how like it's a red flag that they're called lost media, like they don't care about I remember. Oh my god, I remember now. So the samurai game, Mystery Castle. So it got a TV show, right? And they think it's lost media, and then it turns out on a Japanese website you could buy it on DVD.
Yeah, I remember that. It was just on DVD the whole entire time. Exactly my issue.
It was on DVD the entire time. Like. It just, like, I remember I was going to bring up a similar point is just, there's language barriers, and, there's a lot of stuff that American will never know because they don't speak another language. If they do, they can find way more stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the case where, like, yeah, there's definitely plenty of stuff that we probably wouldn't know about or be able to find if we spoke Japanese, we could find it. But, like, yeah, like, basically... like there's definitely stuff in general. What I'm getting at is like they don't do enough research. Like they don't even try to do enough research, and it's like they're doing surface level searching. Like they just go through YouTube, eBay, Amazon, and then it's a lost media. Then okay,
yeah. Just because it's like you can't even find it with a simple Google search doesn't mean it's freaking lost media, dipshits.
It just has so by their logic, everything that gets removed off of HBO Max is lost media.
Lost food media.
It's lost food media. Uncle Grandpa is now lost food media because you can't watch it on HBO Max no more. No, wait, they would keep it because it is a Cartoon Network show. Never mind. They're getting rid of the Looney Tunes stuff. Yeah, okay, that's lost food media. That's lost food media right here. But yeah, they're like, it's lost food media. Like they don't even try to do any more research. Good lord. But like, yeah, basically, I'm just talking about how like it's just ridiculous, ridiculous, anywhere you want, just stupid. Just how they don't even try to really dig deep. Like it's like they just call it a day and that's it. They don't even try. So stupid. But I mean, yeah. Is there anything more you have to say about just
Lost food, Mia. I had some. I fucking fuck. I had something. I forgot what it was though. Damn.
Mhm. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I got you. Is there anything more you'd have to say about Tato?
Not really. I think we covered really like all the bases.
Okay. Okay. Actually, which Parodius did you play?
Parodius Dot.
Parodius Dot. Okay. Okay, because I never played those games. I played the. I guess. Yeah, I need to play more KO. Actually, I'm like a fan of Rami, but I've not really played the other games enough. Maybe I'm a fake fan. I don't know. It's sad when I'm saying that. I think the game I played the most in the series was the third game.
Excited KO Flying Squadron fan. Excited to play it for the first time.
Oh yeah. Well, when I do it, I have the crying loud face emoji. That's what happened. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'd like to definitely sometime play those games for sure. Definitely after
They're
Mario
fun.
Brothers or something. But yeah. Well, I think that's like about it. I think maybe there would have been more we had to say about the video, but yeah, really, I did like your video, like what you did, where you went over the game fairly well. You talked about how, yeah, what was the fan reception. I do like how you show examples of what the people think at the time because they were like, oh, I'm going to be exactly like a video game nerd, and they just copied them verbatim. And it was just fun talking about a bit of old SNES and NES stuff because it's like typical knowledge for me, but not everybody's like really acquainted with that. For me though, it's just because I just grew up watching people that are like, oh, I really like that kind of sort of stuff, seeing animations that are like, wow, I really love games of that generation. It's like, yeah, I understand the passion why people like stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, yeah, we had a fair discussion, and yeah, I like what we've talked today, and
Same here. It was fun talking to you.
oh yeah, it was fun talking to you too. This is the first time I'm talking to you anyhow. Well, I'd just say to you, everyone, be sure to check out Leland's channel over here, his channel, his yeah, his archive.org, and also, yeah, the fan sign he wrote for a fair bit. It's news to me anyway to learn that he wrote for Hardcore Gaming 101. That's a website I passed by and I had no idea. Oh, really? He wrote for that? Wow.
Yeah, for a little bit because of that guy, because the shit I mentioned earlier, I quit because of that. But yeah,
You quit because of it? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I see. But yeah, this turned out well, splendid, and yeah. I don't know when there'd be a third episode, but we'll see who I decide to bring over. But yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you. I loved doing this with you, and yeah, like I said, everybody, be sure to check them out. Be sure to check them out. You have anything more to say before I stop recording?
Give it a break.
All right. Yeah, we'll be sure to give it a break. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.